I was much like a squire in the service of a knight, Maranzano. Because of his position in Sicily, Maranzano was embraced by the Castellamarese family in Brooklyn when he immigrated. I look forward to the day when I too would be inducted into the family.
Buongiorno, signor Bonanno.
Piacere.
Wish me luck.
You're gonna need it, Peppino.
I wanted to apologize for the other day. I wanted to stay, but I haven't formally introduced myself. My name is Joseph...
Joseph Bonanno. I know. I'm Fanny.
Fanny Labruzzo.
Oh, shit. Here comes her father.
20 says Romeo over there's gonna get Labruzzo's cane right up his ass.
Thank you.
Since when does a daughter of mine disobey her father?
I meant no disrespect. A small token of my respect, Don Carlo. I was told that you enjoyed a good cigar.
A man who shows respect for the father will respect the daughter. Come to my house, son.
Gracias.
I gotta admit, the guy's good.
That's for sure.
Some of Maranzano's liquor was smuggled in from Canada. The real stuff. Canadian bonded whiskey. It was worth its weight in gold. We had an arrangement with Frank Costello and the Irishman Joe Kennedy of Boston.
Figured we'd find you here. Joe. This here is Frank Costello.
Hey, Joe. Nice to meet you. Maranzano told me what a bright guy you are.
You have a beautiful boat, Frank.
Yeah. Well, that compliment belongs to my partner, Joe Kennedy. He owns a boat.
Hey, Frank!
Speak of the devil. I'll see you boys later. Nice to meet you, Joe.
Kennedy owned the boats that ran the whiskey from Canada to Sag Harbor and Long Island. Rummer, as they called them.
So that's the Irishman.
The very same. This Joe Kennedy pulls a lot of weight in Boston, New York. Politicians, Wall Street bankers, judges, the cops, you name it. He's the grease. That's why Frank's with him. He thinks all that respectability will rub off on him.
And has it?
Frank lives in two worlds. Our world and theirs. About 10 years ago, Frank got a year in jail for carrying a gun. I think it changed his mind about a lot of things. Costello and his pal, Charlie Luciano, were always looking for ways to do business with people outside our world. The Irish, Kennedy, the Jews, Meyer Lansky, Doc Thatcher. It's an American thing, you know?
Costello seems like a good guy.
Yeah, most people think so. That's his power.
Yeah. A little time before we go, huh?
You got boats in the blood, you. Yeah, sure, we got that.
Men of my tradition were always loath to associate with non-Sicilians. The reason for this was not bigotry, but common sense. They knew that it is very difficult, if not impossible, to pass on a tradition unless one is exposed to it from the cradle.
The defendants are accused of violating the Volstead Act, operating a still for the illicit manufacture of alcohol. How do they plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
That will be $500 each, or 5 months in the county jail.
If it please the court, my clients will pay the fine.
My missions for Maranzano were little tests by which he could decide whether I had the inner stuff to become a member of the Castellamarese family, to become a made man.
Mr. Maranzano sends his regards.
Oh, well, you be sure and give him mine.
I will do that, Captain.
You have something for me? Everything seems fine. What'd you say your name was?
Joe.
Joe. Nice to meet you, Joe. You and I are gonna have another little chat next month, right? Let's go, Brian.
Signorina Abruzzo. Piacere. Benvenuta nella nostra famiglia. Grazie, grazie. Buongiorno.
Ciao, nonna.
Ciao.
Ciao. Nonna l'Abruzzo. Piacere. Nostra famiglia e la signora mia.
Grazie, Gio. Sempre più gentile.
Piacere.
Grazie.
My dear family, my dear friends, as is our custom, I take this occasion to formally introduce my daughter, Fanny L'Abruzzo, to Joseph Bonanno. Salute.
Salute.
It's for me? Oh, Joe. Thank you.
My partners and I operated still independently of Maranzano. Operating still was a matter of having capital, having connections, and having protection. And though I wasn't yet a family member, I had all the rest.
Whiskey! Don't do that, stop! You're going to blow us up. Nice place. I hear you make 6,000, 7,000 a week here. And you don't send me a little something? This is my neighborhood here, you know that, eh? Yes. And I want you to show me a little respect. 1,000 a week would be nice. I'd like that. And you won't have any problems after. Promise. Yes. Shalom.
Why should we pay him this money we sweated for? Just because this Mimi says so?
Trust me, Pepino. This guy Mimi is not a guy you fuck with. Don Colo gave him the territory himself.
Maybe you should talk to your boss, Maranzano. Get some help.
Don't go running to Papa every time there's a problem. Not a bunch of children out. Mimi is our problem. Huh? We take care of ourselves.
Look, if it isn't Mimi who collect, it'll just be some other member of the family. One way or the other, we gotta pay. It's the cost of doing business.
We'll all be better off.
Then we agree? 500 from you, 500 from us.
Buongiorno, signore. Buongiorno. You're Mimi?
Mm-hmm.
You paid a call to my business the other day. On North 5th Street.
Yeah. You got a nice little thing going on there, no?
Yes.
So, you got something for me?
I have something for you. I have a warning for you.
A warning?
See, you want to go around shaking people down? That's your business. But don't try it with me. Capisce?
What the fuck did you say?
Are you deaf? I said stay out of my business.
Is this a joke or something?
It's no joke.
Who the fuck you are coming here talking to me like that, huh?
I am Joseph Bonanno. That's who the fuck I am.
You can't come here and talk to me like this, kid. I'm connected, capiche? I teach you to show some respect. Joe, whatever the fuck your name is, this is my territory. Hey, you're a dead man. You're a dead man. I was here before you, and I'll be here after you're gone. You're a dead man, Joe Bonanno.
Wonderful evening.
Good night, Joe.
Hey, Gaspar. I got enough chaperones. I don't need you.
Never mind chaperones. What you're gonna need is an undertaker. Get in the car. Get in.
What's the problem?
What the fuck did you say to Mimi?
Nothing. I just explained the error of his ways, that he made a mistake. He seemed to agree with me at the time.
Oh, yeah? Well, the way he tells it, you threatened his life. You threatened Mimi Sabella, a made man. Tell me it isn't so, Joe. Huh? Tell me, please. You are in trouble. Big fucking trouble. They want to see you.
I had threatened a member of the Castellamarese family. If I had been a nobody with no connections, my argument with Mimi would have been left to settle on our own. But because of Maranzano and because I was a cousin of Steve Magadino of Buffalo, I was given the privilege of airing my case in court before a panel of the heads of the Castellamarese families of Buffalo, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Detroit, as well as New York.
The fact, my brother Mimi here, a sworn member of the Castellamarese family, has his life threatened by someone who is outside this family. This someone is Joseph Bonanno. Steve, you've come all the way from Buffalo to speak on your cousin Joe's behalf. You are a respected head of a family and a godfather. You should be the first to agree that a great insult's been done here.
Well, that's what we're here to determine. Aren't we, Sabella?
The fact remains that your cousin's an outsider, though. My brother is a made member of the Castellamarese family, and he deserves the respect that's due to him, even from your cousin, Steve.
Sabella, excuse me, but, we are talking about Joe Bonanno, not some no-name bum just off the boat. Some, Irish or Jew outsider trying to muscle in. This man you call an outsider is Castellamarese.
Yeah, but we have rules, and we live by these rules. No matter how much respect we have for the Bonanno name, no matter he's your cousin, Steve, Joseph Bonanno is an outsider. And he's got to bear the responsibility of his actions.
Sabella, you're starting to sound like a politician, for Christ's sake. It's a simple thing blown all out of proportion, what we have here. Just a matter of mistaken identity. Fact is, my young cousin didn't know who Mimi was, and Mimi didn't know he was dealing with a Bonanno. Look, what I'm saying is I can vouch for my cousin's good intentions and his respect for our tradition. Now, I'm sure we can come up with some kind of accommodation.
It was clear to me that Steve was here not only to defend me, but to impress me. He was a man of respect everyone knew and feared. He had every reason to expect I would feel the same.
Yeah. Okay, Steve, we are all reasonable men here. I have a settlement to propose. Joseph Bonanno is still operating in Mimi's territory, so Mimi has the right to expect compensation for his patronage and protection. If we all agree, Mimi's gonna overlook this insult and we can all go back to our businesses with joy and happiness and everything else.
But it was Maranzano who stole the show.
Don Turiddu, I didn't see you. Do you wish to speak to the council?
Thank you, Vito.
But dammi i fatti. The fact is, Mimi leaned on Peppino. Peppino told Mimi to shove it up his ass. If Peppino has the guts to tell a man like Mimi that, obviously, he doesn't need any protection. The inescapable conclusion is that he can protect himself. Logic is logic. For me, Joseph Bonanno conducted himself with courage and righteousness, like a man of honor. Which is more than I can say for Mimi Sabella, who needed to drag his brother all the way from Philadelphia so he could speak for him. If I were you, Mimi, and I'm only suggesting this in the name of peace and harmony, if I were you, I would leave Joseph alone to make his living. I can't speak for you, Vito, but for me, Peppino's got my blessing. altro fumo, ce n'è di fronte. Signore, grazie, che bella cena, eh? E che ti ride, Peppe? For my loving mother, my daughter Fanny, and myself. We are honored to have with us at our table tonight Peter Bonventre e la signora Gaspare de Gregario, and of course, Joseph Bonanno. A loving family, loyal and trusted friends to me is everything in life. It is the one everlasting thing in the universe. And now it gives to me great pleasure to announce to you all the joining of two great families with the engagement of my daughter Fanny to Joseph Bonanno. God Dio vi benedica.
No, ma non è contenta, nonna. Sei contenta, nonna?
Everything is forgiven. Absolved. All of the disrespect, all of the feuds, the animosity, all of it wiped away. And you now start like a newborn. Sit down.
My day finally came. I was to become a man of honor.
But remember,
my whole history had prepared me for this.
You start tonight. Everything you do, every action, every word, every decision you make, you will be held accountable for.
According to our tradition, Maranzano wrote a number on a small piece of paper and passed it to me. Then each of the men in turn called out a number, each one added to the previous. The one whose number arrived at what was written on the paper would serve as my mentor.
5. 10. 13. 14.
A Sicilian may believe in the principles of his tradition but not want to join a family. That is his choice. Such a decision is not taken lightly because becoming a member of a family entailed not only privileges but corresponding duties. Obedience, silence, secrecy.
Come si brucia chi sta santa.
Come si brucia chi sta santa.
Da così giuro di bruciare le mie carni.
Da così giuro di bruciare le mie carni.
Per il bene di miei frati.
Per il bene dei miei frati.
Per difendere l'onore della nostra famiglia.
Per difendere l'onore della nostra famiglia.
E per proteggere la nostra Costituzione.
E per proteggere la nostra Costituzione.
Becoming a family member made one strictly accountable for one's actions, and it also required that one be ready, if necessary, to bear arms to protect the family's interest. Because of my heritage, I took all of this for granted. I knew the ground rules without them having to be explained to me. In our Sicilian world, the biggest of the bootleggers was Joe the Boss Massaria, the head of his own family and no great friend of the Castellamarese. With Massaria's blessing, Al Capone left Brooklyn for Chicago and immediately got into conflict with Joe Aiello, a Castellamarese.
Let me offer a solution to your problem. I will bring in Capone's leash. In return, you and I, we draw a line down the center of Chicago. Now, you and your family, you can take the west side of the city and everything west of that. You give me the rights to the east side.
You dare to eat at my table. And you offer to divide my city with me? Go back to New York before the first blood in the street is yours.
You heard him. He threatened my life. Leaves a bitter taste, Joe. One more thing. Go after Aiello with everything you got, Al.
What about Detroit?
Get rid of Aiello, and I will make you godfather of your own family. If these Castellamarese are so close with each other, I say good. Send them all back home to their mothers in the same box.
Tell no one. Let them find out themselves. No.
It would be my honor if you would attend, Tancredo.
It's very beautiful. Peppino, there's a problem. Aiello, Milazzo, they've been assassinated. Perhaps it'd be best to postpone the wedding for a little while. Sorry.
I had always heard a Mafia man has two wives, the family, and then the woman he marries in the church. The family would always come first.
I understand.
That Massaria. He wants me to come for a meeting. He said he would prove to me that Aiello and Milazzo were plotting to assassinate him. That he only acted in self-defense. He wants no trouble with the Castellamarese families.
This Massaria is a fat snake who's gonna swallow us all up if we let him.
I think Vito has a point. He asked for our paisano, Joe Aiello, to come. Joe's dead. He asked for our paisano, Gaspar Milazzo, to come. Gaspar is dead. You are the father
A very powerful family, Stefano. He gets rid of you. He could forge an iron ring around the Castellamaresi in Brooklyn. I would not go. The odds are not good.
I'll put him off. I'll tell him I'm sick. But, he's no fool. Sooner or later, he'll smell a rat.
I want you to contact our friends at the taxi union. I want to know everything the Masseria people are doing. I will contact the police. Our friends there will keep us informed.
Maranzano also suggested I visit my friend Joe Profaci, the head of another of New York's Sicilian families. I had helped bring his brother into the U.S. from Canada, and he was grateful.
It was nothing.
Don't be so modest. He's here because of you, Joe. I know what you risked to bring him over the border. Service done is a service earned. I've already told Masseria that my family will remain neutral in this thing. But you can bet your ass he won't stop trying to get me to move against your people. So it's likely I'll hear things that you should hear. So what I hear, you will hear.
Tell your boss, Joe Masseria sends his regards. Tell him he wants a meeting tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
I have to. I have no choice. If I don't, then he will know that I am preparing to fight.
But don't redo. If Masseria knows already that you're a war leader, you're walking into your own funeral.
We have to appear naive and complacent. Are you driving me in the morning?
Of course.
Then don't drink. I need my best fighter to be sharp. Good night.
Good night, Don Torito.
I have a cab here. You're a young man. Somewhere there's a lovely young lady waiting for you to get married. You have a long life ahead of you. Go home.
Don Torito.
There's no dishonor in wanting to live. Go home.
Please, Don Torito, do not deny me the honor of being by your side, no matter what happens.
Come. Let us see what life has in store. Come.
Yes. I killed Milazzo. I make no apologies. Him and that other son of a bitch, Joe Aiello, were plotting against me. I also have information that Steve Magadino was in it with them. I've asked him to come here and explain their accusations, but he's always given me excuses. I have a cold, my wife is sick, so fungo if he doesn't want to come in.
What do you want me to do, Joey?
This was not only the first time I had seen Masseria up close, but also my first encounter with Charlie Lucky Luciano, who was said to be to Masseria what I was to Maranzano.
I want you to bring Steve in for a meeting.
With all due respect, Joey, the hell I am going to tell a boss what to do. But I will, in the interest of the peace, talk to him. I will ask him to come in. I give you my word.
Dacci un caffè.
Grazie.
Sono contento che veniste, Don Torrido. Glad you came. You show more sense than those other thick-skulled Castelmaresi, eh? I won't forget this.
I'm sure you won't.
I'm warning you, Maranzano. You're not in Palermo. This is New York. If you try and fool Masseria, you're gonna deal with me. Personally.
Be careful what you wish for, Morello. So the fat man wants to talk, huh? So we will talk.
It was war, and like all wars, the men said goodbye to their families and everyday lives. None of us sure that we would ever see them again.
Gotta go, babe. I'm gonna buy you every minute. Okay, Charlie, you, me, and Gaspar, we'll go sleep in the kitchen. All right.
No, let Charlie sleep here. I'll sleep in the kitchen. I want this mattress.
School park.
We were to become a small guerrilla army, constantly on the move. We had an expression for it. We called it going to the mattresses.
Yeah.
Open up, it's me.
Spread the word. $1,000 to the man who finds Maranzano, and $5,000 to the man who kills him.
I didn't forget the things I brought.
Preghiera. Grazie a Dio per chi so mangiare che ne mannasti. Amen. 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 Grazie, buon appetito. Buon bread for Charlie.
No titolo. You're gonna make someone a good wife someday. You're so beautiful.
Maranzano possessed an uncanny ability for always remaining alert. War veterans know that the hardest part of war is not the actual fighting, but the waiting. For all of us, the waiting was a real test of our strength. Maranzano, the pure warrior, would be off in a corner patiently oiling his gun, or cooking pasta, or making bullets.
Why don't you just buy them ready-made?
Your life depends on something. You do it yourself with your own hands. That's why I love to cook. Tomorrow I think I cook fish. You like fish? Time is not your friend if you do not use it. Doubt creeps in. To kill a rabbit or a deer is simple. Just take steady aim, pull the trigger. But to kill a man, your hand shakes, your eyes twitch, the mind interferes. Tomorrow we move.
Where the fuck is he?
You can't shoot a rabbit that hides in the hole. First, you gotta flush him out. Right in the open. Huh?
Buongiorno, Don Carlo. Signora.
They want $20,000 or they kill Don Carlo. We pay the money.
After Maranzano paid the ransom, Don Carlo left New York. I never saw him again.
Now you understand what we are dealing with.
Time dragged on. Uppermost in my mind was winning the war and getting back to Fanny, whom I had not seen in months.
Come on, Peppino, get the hell out of there.
I forgot. Fanny, I remember the last time we saw each other. You said, "You are my only love," and you promised to wait. How very long ago that now seems. Yet somehow, I love you even more.
Masseria continued to strike with a vengeance, while we continued to wait. To wait for Maranzano.
Contorito, when do we fight back?
See how clean that is? See? Could use it as a mirror. Tomorrow, Peppino. Tomorrow we fight.
To keep track of enemy movements, Maranzano utilized taxi drivers among whom he had many friends. Cabbies roamed the streets at all hours, making excellent spies. Finally, they came through with the tip he was waiting for.
chances. I don't give a shit what your reasons are. You can't show up here without all my money. You're 5 bills short. You think I wouldn't know about that? You think I wouldn't find out? You think you can steal from me? Nobody steals from me. Nobody. You got that? You got it? You don't work for me anymore. What?
Charlie, I want you to talk to Joe Pavacci. Tell him I said it's time for him to step up.
Pavacci's neutral, Joe.
Neutral? What neutral? Morello is dead! You tell him whoever's not with me is against me. You tell him that!
My brother says Capone's coming in from Chicago. He's bringing men, guns, and money.
He's arriving tomorrow by train. They have a place for him.
As he had promised, Joe Profaci sent his brother with information about Massaria's plans.
Good. Then we will give him a welcome back to New York. Charlie, tell Luca we're gonna need the equipment. But to make sure you pick it up on the day. I don't want nobody getting wind of this.
Hey, look at that. What do you think? He's a Goomba, that's for sure.
Think he's carrying the cash?
Let's find out.
Yeah, it's in the back. Where's Buster?
Went to the corner to get cigarette.
Come on, boy. What is this?
Out of the car! Come on! Come on! Hurry up! Let's go, let's go.
Put your hands there.
Run over with your friend over here, your pal, that's right.
Okay, Giuseppe. Where's the money?
What money?
The money you picked up at that policy joint on Canal Street you was just at. That money. You hand it over, maybe I let you walk away.
Look, I don't know any policy.
Look at this.
Hey, Tommy. Stay right there. Okay. One more time.
What happened to this man?
Oh, shit, here it comes.
Fuck.
Fell down the stairs, Your Honor. The circular stairs at the jail. I was clumsy, and I fell.
I see. An accident.
An accident, Your Honor.
As to the charges, Mr. DA, unlawful possession of firearms?
Your Honor, we're not ready to charge the defendant at this time.
Dismissed. Mr. Bonanno, in the future, I would be very careful where I walked if I were you.
I never had any intention of accusing the cops in
Next
court.
case.
It wasn't in me to squeal at anyone, not even a cop. What good would it have done anyway?
Capone gun captured and released. Yeah. When Big Al got wind of what we had waiting for him, he took the next train back to Chicago.
Grazie.
Spara, did you talk with Fanny?
Yeah, sure, Romeo. She's swelling. I told her you're okay.
Amor.
Hey, Peppino. Where you going?
Vado a prendere un poco d'aria.
Hold on, come with.
No, it's okay. Be careful. Ciao.
Loverboy's here. Fuck. We'll get him when he comes out.
Fanny, I'm no good for you. I don't want you to be part of this trouble. Find someone else, a barber or a shoemaker, someone who's not in my world.
You're my first and only love, and I'll never be ashamed of that. I'll wait for you. I'll leave it in God's hands.
Drop the guns, boys.
Gaspar was like my guardian angel, always looking out for me. This wasn't the only time he saved my life.
Okay, that's it. I'll make those fucking Casamaresi pay to the nose. Get me Capone in Chicago.
Tommy, listen, I just seen him. Joe Masseria. Yeah, he was with El Meneo.
Grazie. Was Tommy Lucchesi.
One of his men spotted Masseria and Meneo.
An apartment in Red Hook. Lucchesi said the Meneo
is Masseria's war chief now.
Let's go. Pepino. Good luck.
Look, watch this.
Been a week. Nothing's happened.
Maybe somebody tipped him off.
I say we're wasting our time.
Bastiano, we sit.
Pepino, I'm talking to. Where are you going?
Grazie.
Cop's giving some guard ticket out front. Wasn't there yesterday. Shit! They're here!
Mineo was no more, but Masseria still lived. He now grew more dependent on Charlie Lucky, who was the only group leader in the Masseria family with the resources and brains to salvage him.
I want you to talk to your friends, the Jews. Schultz, Lansky, and that Siegel. Bring them in for us, Charlie. Offer them whatever it takes. Joe, this thing is out of hand. Everybody's losing money. Business is suffering because of this stupid war. Talk with Maranzano. Make peace. Peace. The only peace I'll make is when all the Castellamaresi are in their grave. Do what I tell you, Charlie. Talk to the Jews. Okay, Joe. If that's what you want, I'll do what's necessary. This war is stupid. Old men fighting blood 5th centuries old. For what? Business suffers because of these mustache Petes.
You still don't understand the way we think.
Okay, so I didn't grow up in Sicily. But don't tell me you think like these old men. Peppino, I know better. Like me, you're a sensible man.
We didn't start it, Charlie.
We can't make money with a gun in our hand. It's gotta stop, and it's gotta stop now, or there'll be nothing left for us, Peppino.
What do you want, Charlie?
If Masseria is gone, will your boss declare peace?
I can tell you if Masseria is gone, Maranzano will declare peace. There will be no retribution against any of the families that sided with Masseria. That comes right from Maranzano's mouth. But Masseria is your problem, Charlie.
Okay, then.
Look at this. They got the Scottsboro boys.
Did you talk to the Jews? Yeah, I talked to them. And? Don't worry. Everything's taken care of. Finally, those Castellamaresi will get theirs.
Okay. It's time.
sure Baronzano doesn't eat this good.
I gotta take a piss.
Same.
What do we know of Luciano? How do we know what is in his heart? He's ambitious. Kills his own godfather.
Isn't that what you wanted? It ended the war. Now we have peace.
Maybe. He makes alliances with those that are not of our tradition. Genovese, Costello, they do the same. They make these alliances to gain power. Power they will use against us. They say they are like us. They are not. They are not, Peppino.
I don't get it, Peppino. Maya Lansky should have been allowed to attend this meeting.
You know how Don Torito feels. Sicilians only. Salute.
Salute. That's the problem. With all due respect to your boss, Peppino, he doesn't get the whole picture.
Charlie, it's your business how you run your family. But we know that when Sicilians talk, there is no misunderstanding. We know what tradition means. Tradition tells us what's right and what's wrong.
This is not Sicily, Peppino. This is America. This here. This is business.
You'll be patient with us, Charlie. And we'll be patient with you.
Gentlemen, please.
As a result of the war, the 5 New York families all acquired some form of new leadership.
We recognize the 5 families of New York. Galliano, Tommy Lucchesi II. Frank Scalise, you'll head the old Mineo family. Charlie Luciano and your second, Vito Genovese, you'll take over as leaders of the old Masseria family. Joe Profaci, Joe Magliocco, you'll continue as you are. Joseph. In my right hand, Joseph Bonanno. Salud.
Salud.
Drink. Luciano Genovese. Do you know them?
By face.
Good. September 10th, here. The other 25,000, when they disappear.
Time?
3 o'clock.
September 10th?
All I'm saying is I'm tired of this fighting and intrigue. All I want to do is marry the girl I love and lead a simple life. Is that too much to ask?
Hey, Pipino, I'm with you, huh?
Joe, come look at this one. And now, the nursery. If our first is a boy, what do you think?
I like it.
And if it's a girl?
What if we have one of both?
Twins?
Twins run in the family.
Oh, no.
I agree.
Guys.
When did it happen?
About an hour ago. Luciano admits it was him. He killed Maranzano. Says he wants to see you right away. Says he'll talk to you and no one else. They already worked him over, Peppino.
Okay, basta. Tell everybody in the family what happened. Keep them on alert, but nobody moves. Capish? Come on in. Gaspare, get the boys together. Charlie, Vincent. Meet me later at Uncle Peter's.
Capo di tutti capi. Isn't that what he called himself? The boss of bosses. Tell me something. In the end, was he any different from Joel the boss, Massaria? What's done is done. But I want you to know from my lips that it was him or me. He hired Mad Dog Call to assassinate Genovese and me in his office earlier today. And he picked an Irishman so nobody would connect him. I can see by your face that you never knew anything about it. That's the truth, so help me God. As it turned out, his plan was not so secret. So I'm alive and he's dead. I'm sorry.
To Charlie, Maranzano was just another obstacle along the way. But for me, my mentor, my friend, was dead. I turned a strong face to the world, but my heart was broken.
All I want is peace. That's why I came here. The others, they will watch what you do. I want prosperity, not bloodshed between us. Each family should be independent to pursue whatever business opportunities are in their interest. What goes on inside a family is the business of that family alone.
I agree.
Good. We need to form some kind of organization, a council, made up of each of the heads of the 5 families of New York to meet together to discuss our differences and avoid bloodshed before it happened.
Commission of Peace.
Exactly. The Commission of Peace and Prosperity.
I would keep both eyes on my new friend, Charlie Lucky Luciano.
In 2 years, Thomas Dewey won 72 convictions out of 73 trials, a record unparalleled in New York's history.
We have made a real start on cleaning the gangsters out of New York. For 20 years, the underworld has preyed on our people and robbed them, and then frightened them into silence. But now, the day of fear of the gangster is coming to an end. In 2 years, we have shown...
Our newly formed commission soon had its hands full. Albert Anastasius suggested that Special Prosecutor Thomas Dewey be eradicated.
If we let Dewey get Charlie, he'll be up the asses of every single one of us in this room. Bet on it.
We can assassinate a DA. Are you out of your mind, Albert? What are you gonna do? Walk in there and shoot him like you did Masseria?
Dutch Schultz will take Dewey out.
Jew in the Bronx.
Dewey's all over Schultz, so no matter what happens, there is no way anybody can connect us with it.
Albert, you surprise me. Do I have to remind you these people are servants of the government? They cannot be held personally responsible for their actions. They have a job. How long do you think we would last if we went around killing policemen and politicians? We endure because we have always found a way to accommodate, so that they won't interfere with us and us with them.
Don Pepino, with all due respect, but you don't know this guy Dewey. There is no way we can talk to him.
If there are no accommodations possible with Dewey, it may be the fault lies with us. Maybe we have become too well known, too in the public eye, and have made ourselves a prize for this prosecutor Dewey.
I don't understand, Joe. What's to stop this Dutch Schultz from going after Dewey anyway?
It must never happen.
But he's a crazy bastard with no self-control.
Joe, listen to me. Dutch Schultz should never be allowed to kill Dewey. Bishop, come on.
On November 15th, 1931, Fanny and I finally got married. Some of the boys were a little nervous. Nobody completely trusted Luciano's promise of peace.
I, Joseph Bonanno, take thee, Fanny Labruzzo, to be my lawfully wedded wife.
I, Fanny Labruzzo, take thee, Joseph Bonanno, to be my lovely wedded husband.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
I pronounce you man and wife. Go in peace.
A year later, to the month, our son was born. We named him Salvatore, in memory of my father.
Fate giocare, Vincent.
What he wants, he can't get. No matter how important a man you are.
After Maranzano's death, these men of Castellamare selected me godfather of the family.
Don Pepino, ti presento Luigi Tirelli.
Auguri, Don Pepino.
E Leonardo Filippo.
All of the important men in the family could trace their origins back to Castellamare. Related by blood and marriage, it made for a cohesive allegiance of mutual trust that would stand the test of time.
Antonio Palumbo.
Auguri, Don Pino.
I remember what my father once told me. He said, Peppino, a good father brings peace and prosperity to his family. And I am determined to live by that rule. Salute.
From that moment on, we would be known as the Bonanno family. We would be governed by the all-embracing values and ideals that made up our tradition. It is this phase of our tradition that Americans usually call the Mafia. He who is selected to be the godfather of such a family accepts that responsibility. Although I was said to be the youngest godfather in America, the real test would be how long I might keep such a title. For godfathers rarely enjoyed long careers or died of natural causes.